Little Mix, one of the most successful girl bands in the history of girl bands. A world where alternative pop can coexist with the exotic R&B sounds, a miracle or a complete possibility? And how does traditional pop fit into all of this? How did those three distinctive styles come together to create the cultural phenomenon known as Little Mix? More on that in today's video.
Oh, what really fucking hurts. I'll just do what I.
Hi guys, how are you? I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to my new video. For those who don't know me, let me quickly introduce myself. Hi, I'm Mara and I hope to become your new favorite commentary YouTuber. On this channel I discuss everything and anything related to pop culture. If that sounds fun to you, please click like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And with that, let's get into the video. I don't know about you, but after we got all of the solo releases from our Little Mix girls, one question occurred to me. How did they work so well together as a group for so many years? Especially since they didn't form organically, they were paired together on a music competition show. And granted, they won it, as they should have, they totally deserved that win, but still, like, if you look at their solo stuff, it all seems so different. Don't get me wrong, all of them are amazing in their own way, but no one can deny that they are just different from each other. Okay, and now some of you may be confused. What am I even talking about? But wait, let me explain. But before I start, a quick word about their collective music. Will all of it fit into the traditional pop category? I wouldn't say so. Glory Days? Glory Days, definitely. It is a quintessential pop album with the songs like Shout Out to My Ex Touch or No More Sad Songs. That is like the pop of the pop when it comes to pop genre, if you know what I mean. However, if you look at LM5, this album definitely leans more into their mature sound, and I'm pretty sure that they said it themselves that that was the intention behind this album. And LM5 clearly portrays R&B influences. But if we go back to the Get Weird era, that album could be considered more on the alternative side, I guess. So yeah, their sound always was diverse enough, but I would still say that they mainly fit into the pop genre. With that, you still might be asking, like, what am I on about? So just wait and let me explain. For that, let's take a closer look at each girl's individual music endeavors. I'll start with Leanne. She was the first of the three to release any sort of solo music, and her first single was titled Don't Say Love, and it has been warmly welcomed by fans, both the former Little Mix fans and those who may just have discovered her. And I don't know if you guys agree, but I think that this song in particular is the most similar to Little Mix's catalog, meaning that it's the most similar to the sound Little Mix, so essentially what we know Leanne from. Because I think if we put that song on the Glory Days album, for example, I think fans wouldn't question why it's there. It would fit pretty seamlessly with the rest of the songs, so I think it would blend in quite nicely. Looking at her second single, My Love, this is the point where we can see the shift happening in the direction that Leanne wants to take with her music. It is clear that My Love leans more into R&B category with slight Afrobeats influences, and ultimately this will be the route Leanne chooses for her EP No Hard Feelings. And while the debut single had the strongest pop connotation, the rest of her discography definitely falls into the R&B genre. And this shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone if you listen to interviews with Leanne. For a long time she's been saying that R&B R&B is a genre that is the closest to her heart and that she would like to pursue. And now that she is a solo artist, she finally has this opportunity. I think it's amazing because Leanne clearly shines as a solo artist. Not that she didn't shine as a Little Mix, as a part of Little Mix, but now releasing her solo stuff, she has gained such confidence, and it's just amazing to see how she's able to fully spread her wings. See what I did there? And flourish as an artist fully. When you look at the most recent singles that are from the upcoming album, My Ego Told Me To, the Been a Minute, Dead and Gone, Friends that has been released like a few days ago or maybe more time ago. I have no idea. I'm truly losing track of time, but they are all amazing. Especially Been a Minute, it went platinum in my household. It's amazing. So I, like many of you, am highly anticipating the release of the debut album. And I truly have a feeling that we won't be disappointed. Moving on to Perry, the vocal powerhouse of the group. Unfortunately, Perry's first solo endeavor, the single Forget About Us, was met with mixed reception. Some praised it, appreciating the similarity to the sound of the former girl group, because I think it's the same case as Leanne's first single, that Don't Forget About Us could be put on one of the albums, I think even on the Glory Days. On the other hand, some criticized the song for its simplicity. Her subsequent releases, Tears and You Go Your Way, have received a similar treatment. Personally, You Go Your Way, especially the rock version, is my favorite of the three, and if you haven't heard it, I highly recommend you go and check it out. I really hope that Perry considers releasing more songs that fit into the pop rock genre, because she has an unbelievably strong voice and the stamina that she sings with. She would rock a rock song, no pun intended. After that, Perry and her team decided to take a break from releasing music, and needless to say, it did wonders for her. Her debut album, Perry, has received way more enthusiastic reviews from the fans. I would have to say, out of the three girls, Perry is the one who kept her style the most similar to the Little Mix style. Despite the initial struggle with the releases, Perry managed to turn the tide around, and honestly, I am excited and very curious about what she has in store for us. And last but certainly not least, we have Jade. Now, I don't want to play favorites, but I'm not gonna lie, Jade's album is the one that I was waiting for the most. And funnily enough, she was actually the last one to release any sort of solo music. She made us wait a whole year, for Christ's sake. But boy, was it worth it. I have been truly blown out of the water with her debut single, Angel of My Dreams. It was something so unexpected yet so amazing, and I think we can all agree that Jade took us by surprise. Out of the three debut singles, I think this one is the most different when it comes to the Little Mix discography, and when you listen to Jade's interviews or even just read the lyrics, it's full of Easter eggs. It's the same case with the music video. And I think what she did very successfully is showcasing a story in 3 acts, because I'm pretty sure that she mentioned that it was supposed to be like a story told through music, which had like the beginning, the story, and then a culmination at the end. I hope you know what I mean. So yeah, I really, really loved it. I said loved, it's actually love, because this song has been on every playlist I have recently made, because I love it that much. And let's just say that the subsequent singles that she has released, like Fantasy, Fuck You For Now, It Girl, Midnight Cowboy, have not disappointed. I also think that Showbiz Babe is the farthest from the typical music that we know Jade from when it comes to the songs that Little Mix released. I say that because Jade is someone who leaned heavily into the alternative side of pop. She's bending the rules, she's not afraid to experiment. Let's be honest, Angel of My Dreams was experimental and it could have backfired terribly. Luckily it didn't, but it was a possibility. She took a big risk and it paid off. Right now I may say something that for some could be controversial, but I think that at least for now Jade comes off as the most fully realized artist. She knows the direction that she wants to take her music in. The whole aesthetic surrounding her persona is established very well. Everything she wears, every aesthetic of the music video, every visuals at her concerts, everything feels cohesive. And the album itself, all of the songs feel cohesive, like every single one is there for a reason and you wouldn't take out any of them. Not to say that Perry and Lee are not I don't mean to offend them. I just think that Jade took a year, so she didn't rush. She had a time to think about what exactly does she want to do as a solo artist. Not saying that Perry and Lee didn't do it. I just think that since Jade had more time, so she could do it more throughoutly. She could really look into herself and experiment throughout this year with, okay, I want to go this way, I want to go that way, I don't want to do this. So I think that Perry and Lee are just warming up and they need a tad bit more time to fully flourish as a solo artist. Going back to Jade, when I was listening to the interviews, listening and reading the interviews that she did, one thing was quite clear. The whole album was a reflection of her complicated relationship with the entertainment industry, and I think it rang true. It was very clear. Anyone who listened to the album knew what it was about, so I think she absolutely demolished when it comes to actually portraying her intentions through her album. Circling back to the question I posed at the beginning of this video, how is it possible that those three unique artists were able to come together and create projects for so many years, with huge success, may I add? I would say compromise. I know I said before that Perry is the closest one when we judge the music stylistically, while the others two took a more experimental route, let's just say that. However, I think that if we look at the whole body of Little Mix's work, each one of the girls is visible in it. Leanne's R&B influences shine through on the LM5, and Jade's alternative style is perfectly showcased on tracks like Wasabi. Perry embodies tracks from the Glory album. And if we look far enough and close enough, we can spot each of the girls in Little Mix's extensive body of work. And as you can see, the coexistence of all of those styles is clearly possible. As much as I love each of the girls' individual products, I'm eagerly awaiting the reunion. And that would be all for today. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below. That's all from me. See you guys in my next video.